welcome back to the Film and TV channel. Hope you're all staying safe and well. I have a little movie review today. It's on Netflix here in the UK. I think it's in Netflix in most regions, so check wherever you are. It's one of those nice little surprises. It's not a big film. It's not fantastic. It's just a nice film, and I'll have to admit, guys, I did shed a tear at this one. So please forgive the big wuss like I am. Yeah, we're going to look at a film called Rescued by Ruby. Ruby being a dog, yes, a half border collie. I think the animal is so a mongrel basically, but half border collie anyway. This was on Netflix. 90 minutes, a biographical drama film directed by Kat Shear. And yes, this story about Ruby, who had an awful lot of energy. Of course she did. Her original owner surrendered her to the Rhode Islands. This is based on a true story, guys. This is good stuff. Makes a nice story even better when it's based on something true. Her original owner surrendered her to the Rhode Island Society for Prevention of Cruelty to Animals because of her generally unmanageable personality. Oh, naughty Ruby. The cute pup was quickly adopted and then returned 5 times. It's a bit of a trouble causer. I've had one or two myself. Things were looking pretty grim for the Border Collie Australian Shepherd mix. That's the Australian Shepherd Border Collie mix. So a mongrel. She was a bitch mongrel. Yeah, it's a horrible word, isn't it, bitch? Hours away from being euthanised, Officer Daniel O'Neill was smitten with her. He thought she had potential and decided to pursue his dream of being a canine officer. He needed a dog for that, of course. Could this be his new partner? This is the true story of these two underdogs who found their dream together. And it stars Grant Gustin as Daniel O'Neill, the owner of this wonderful dog. Stars Bear as Ruby. Bear sounds like a guy, doesn't it? So I'm not too sure about that one. I didn't look that closely at the film, in all fairness. Scott Wolf as Matt Zarella and Kayla Zander as Melissa O'Neill. Rotten Tomatoes, well, they're like, there's only 5 critics have left a review. It's not widely out there as far as the critics are concerned. And Roger Moore, he liked it. Movie Nation, he said, an utterly adorable hero dog tale based on a true story. Well, there you go, Roger, you've summed it up there, mate. And overall, Rotten Tomatoes, 6.9 out of 10, so that's not too shabby, is it? That's a good score. The Rotten Tomato audience love it. Yeah, love it. 4.5 out of 5, so that's 9 out of 10 as far as the Rotten Tomato audience. Internet Movie Database, all right, they don't love it as much as the Rotten Tomato audience, but it's a hell of a score. 7.2 out of 10, that's pretty good. That's pretty good for Internet Movie Database for a non-big budget box office extravaganza, if you like. And yes, I've left the 10 out of the 10s in this because why not? Why not? I'm not going to give it a 10 out of 10, but I can fully understand some people giving it a 10 out of 10. So I've left them in the scores, so I've not took them out this time, guys. So we've got 3,799 people on Internet Movie Database, Joe Public, people like you and me who went to the cinema or watched it. Well, I didn't go to the cinema, he streamed it, obviously. 3,799 scored it anywhere between 6 and 10. And a totally miserable, I have no idea who these guys are. 391 saddos scored it between 1 and 5 out of 10. I have no idea why. So that's a 91% positivity. I probably do know why, because it's nothing special, this film. It just I think if you're the right move for it as well, it just touches a certain part of your sort of mindset, if you like. And as I said, I wasn't sure why 391 people scored it between 1 and 5. I don't own an animal as such at this point in time. Basically, I couldn't dedicate the time to them, and that's all there is to it. I did have a lot of, obviously, the kids had pets when they were younger, and obviously I was younger. But it's just not something I think if you don't have a pet, if you can't look after it and treat it properly, and there's too many people have pets just for the sake of it now without really looking after them. So I don't do that. I say I have nothing against animals at all. I like working animals. I do like animals to be animals. I do like cats, but I like cats to be quite feral. I don't mind a little bit of softness in them, but I like them to be, bring home a rat for their own, just to show them behaving and stuff like this. That's what I like about animals. Where the wild, their instincts are still there. I like that. So I've no time for certain little, dogs that are carried around in handbags and all this sort of thing. I have no idea what that's all about. Especially having to sit here sometimes in my office listening to them yapping across the road and stuff like that. But there you go. To each their own. So yeah, I'm not watching this and getting all sentimental from a real dog lover's thing. As I said, I've nothing against them, but I'm certainly not a dog lover by anyway. But it will appeal to that market, which is a lot of people. Of course it is. It's a lot of people. It's not the biggest budget. This is probably why it's getting criticism. Not the greatest actors. I'm not. There's no one going to win an Oscar for this. And they all did an okay job. Right, some better than others. And the lead, Grant Gustin, again, not the greatest actor, but very, very investable, very likable guy. As is, of course, is Ruby, played by Bear, who was actually another rescue dog as well. Obviously, Ruby was a rescue dog, and the Bear who played Ruby was due to be euthanized as well. Was due to be put down. We call it over here in the UK. Sadly, be put down, but he was rescued to star in this film. So that's a nice little story in itself as well. And I think if there was no basis in real life for this story, it would be still be a nice film, still be an okay film. But the fact that it is based on a true story and they not took too much dramatic license with it makes it so much better. And as you know, some of the best stories are based on the truth. I mean, some of the big Hollywood blockbusters of years gone by that have sort of not gone along with the true story. The true story is sometimes far better. Obviously these big Hollywood movies, etc., don't quite show the true story, which in a lot of the time is much better than they come up with. But this hopefully has stuck pretty fairly to the actual true story itself. And of course, at the end of the film, you get the little comments about the real characters and pictures of the real characters and what happened, etc., etc. So always nice with the true story. It is a must. Of course it is. It's a must for dog lovers. Absolutely. And saps like me, I'll say it again, who just like a happy ending. As I say, I'm not a big dog fan at the moment. I mean, I'd say I get more disturbed by them barking than actually enjoy the time with them at the moment. But yeah, a great little film. Nothing special by any means, but just as I said, it didn't just bring a tear to my eye. It actually made me cry just a little bit. I had to wipe away a couple of tears. So there you go. But that's me, guys. That's what a soft ass I am. That's all there is to it. So my score, I'm not going to go mad. I'm not going to give it 10 out of 10 because yes, there are limitations to say as far as the acting and the settings, but it's just a great story based on a true story, even better. So I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10, which for a Netflix offering, if you like, a streamed effort, is very, very good for me. I don't go as high as that with many, and that's I don't go with that high as many with the big budget things. Never mind these. So 7.5 out of 10. Please get to watch this if you've got Netflix, or you can get it on another streaming site. Say nothing special, but just a really nice film. And sometimes when things that when we're down and there's a lot to be down about at the moment, it's nice to watch films like this. And thank you Netflix for sticking it up there, and I thoroughly enjoyed the 90 minutes or so it ran, and I wouldn't have minded it running another 10 or 15 minutes longer, which again is not what I usually say about films. Anyway, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, guys. Until we meet again, I only ask one thing, don't I? Please stay safe. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.